Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the FauxShow. Today is Sunday, November 23rd. My name is Angela.
And my name is Chris.
And as most of you know, the FauxShow is not a real show. It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat room I have here on my iPad.
Oh, the chat room. Yeah, I've got the chat room full screen on my screen.
It's over there.
Over there.
Over there.
Right there.
On a monitor.
There it is.
Where we can see ourselves.
I like that.
But
that's handy.
It's in the best lower third on the internet.
Right there, best lower third over at jblive.tv. We've embedded our chat room, and also it's on the Geek Shed Network, Pound Jupiter Broadcasting. Everyone is assembled on a Sunday. After 2 hours of faux show pre-show called the Linux Action Show, we are now here for the main event where they are the star of our lower third. Lower third, technical term. Don't need to leave us a comment about that.
And there they are. Look at all those best lower thirds.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
All right, so today we're just going to go through some simple genius ideas. It's kind of like the Reddit shower thoughts, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of combined into one.
I love this kind of stuff. Stuff that when you see, you go, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there are visuals, yes, but it's a discussionary show.
I'm all about theater of the mind. I will paint the picture for the audio listener.
Yep. For the audio listener.
All
right.
You're in my theater.
Well, with no further ado.
All right, Andrews, what do we got?
Did we? I don't know if we. Okay, good.
This works for me, boss.
So here is a baby bottle designed for little fingers. Basically, it is a baby bottle with a ball around it, and it's like a rubberish, probably silicone-ish ball with a bunch of holes in it.
A mesh gripping grid, if you will.
Yeah, so
yeah,
like
that was really smart.
There's plenty of places for the baby to hold onto it very easily.
That's the funny thing about a bottle. Turns out not super easy for a baby to hold.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of sense does that make?
I know.
How come nobody's done that before?
I know. I don't know. But, and yeah, it's just, and it's so easy. It just goes right in, like the lid keeps it on. And just brilliant.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
They should Amazon that.
Yeah.
That'd be really
I didn't look to see if it was on Amazon.
Oh, wow.
But this next one is kind of neat. I kind of want to call it a toaster, but it's not.
It's like a shame dock. It's
wow.
Look at
what's a shame dock?
Let's see. Let's just go through the math. Let's start in the back.
Okay, wait. So if we count the USB ports on the bottom of this thing, it's so it's a $200 shame.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a $300 shame.
Exactly. You know where I was going. So
okay.
This is like, and this is also like when the burglar comes into your house. This is like the one thing they have to just pick up and walk away with like $1,500 worth of gadgets.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. Okay, so basically, like I said, it's kind of like a toaster, but it's kind of also like a letter divider at work, like an office supply store.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but each slot holds a device.
Yeah.
Just very loosely.
Yeah.
And then each device has the small USB cable going into the USB port. So it's like a USB hub.
It comes with like a short little cable, so that way you have, it's nice and clean and tidy. I mean, to be honest, unfortunately, we could actually use something like this in our house. Because you could actually put like multiple tablets in there, a couple phones, and let's be honest, we're doing the charge shuffle thing all the time.
Yes.
We've got now
because we have like first gen iPads that are still 30 pin.
Yeah.
And then
we've got lightning adapters and minis and and then like people that come over need to charge it. That's becoming like, anybody else have that?
Corky says one fuse to blow them all.
Well, that's true. But I wonder if this is more common. I would suspect it is for folks in our audience. People come over to your house and they need to charge their device like more often now too. So you got to make it like it's like a thing you do for your guests too.
Gonzalez points out that one iPad would flip it over, one heavy iPad.
Well, no, look, they got an iPad in there.
Well, I know. Well,
you just have to have something weighted in the base.
Yeah, his point is if the base isn't weighted much and you put the iPad on the outside, that's really funny.
I make fun of it, but we could actually use that.
Yeah, I know.
So, not so bad.
Yeah, well, that's why it's a simple genius idea.
All right, number whatever it is, 3.
Okay, yeah, we don't need to count. All right, so this is like kind of really cool. It is a wheelchair that completely like folds up. The wheels just smash together because the inside of it, like the seat and the back and the feet, can all flip up or down to condense it. And
it's sort of if you remember George Jetson when he flies in his car, it folds into a briefcase. It's not quite that cool, but it's like it condenses the entire wheelchair into what is essentially the space of one wheel.
Yeah, so it would be perfect for people that either have to like walk with a cane and don't want to, and they're going to go somewhere, then they need to be mobile still, but they can't stand the whole time.
I suppose. Yeah. I think of like, what if you had a family member that you visited often and took them places? You could easily store this in a car like yours without taking up a bunch of room.
So the thing is, like, I used to sell medical supplies, and it is those wheelchairs are like 35 or 40 pounds, and it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
To
even when they kind of fold in, it's still super awkward.
They do fold up.
Yeah.
Just about actually as thin as this. But the cool thing about this is that once it's folded up, it's just a circle, or two circles, the two wheels, so you could roll it instead of
it still rolls.
Yeah.
I look at that kind of thing, and it's hard for us who maybe don't have to use that kind of stuff to appreciate, like, even just something small like that, what it would bring. But you can tell, like, that could potentially be even saying life-changing isn't going too far for somebody. That's a really good one. I like that.
Lionhead said he would have loved to have that when he walked with a cane.
Yeah.
And he has a tongue sticking out face, so I'm not sure if he's making fun of me or not.
Well, I'll tell you what. You motorize that, and then I just want to use it because I'm lazy. It's like better than a Segway.
So Creepy Uncle says, how do you balance on that? There are only two wheels. So if you look at the bottom of it, there are two gray platforms, and I imagine those are weights, and those stay in place as the wheels move. So I think that is what keeps the balance, but I'm not positive.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. So this is Simple Genius, but I have an issue with it. Now, okay, so all of us that have glass top stoves.
Well,
hold on. Okay. Before glass top stoves. Okay, so the old stoves where you have the tins and all the crap,
and you'd put
fries
foil up
to
in
it.
there.
Yeah, or you put foil around it, or you just replace them because it's super easy to replace them too.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the glass top. But it's still, stuff sticks to it and whatever. But then for gas people, we have this issue.
It's because for a gas stove, you have the burner in the middle and then a raised, often cast iron.
And it's a flame. Whereas with a stove, with a normal spiral burner, if it drops under, it'll get cooked, but it won't bake to the top. But with gas stoves, that's is on fire.
Ours is like stainless silver or whatever.
Steel,
yeah. So when stuff spills on there, it gets in the fire and it stains. So this would be like a cover you could lay down.
And then put your burner, the black burner.
Cast iron.
Yeah, cast iron thing on top of it. But,
what's your issue with it?
My issue is that, things are just meant to be used.
Yeah.
It's just... what are you preserving it for? I mean, just to make it look good? Like, why don't you make it look like it's been used?
All right, here's my question for you.
Okay.
Then why do you have a case on your phone?
Because I drop it.
So it looks used.
But my last phone, when it got dropped, the lock button stopped working.
But that case doesn't protect your lock button.
Yeah, it does. That's not my phone.
Oh.
You're pointing to your phone.
Oh.
Your Nexus.
Let me see.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't. I guess it gives you a lip. It gives you a lip.
Well, no, it wasn't the shock button the lock button. It wasn't that. It was it dropped over here.
And chips it and stuff.
No, it didn't chip it.
Oh.
The case dented and pushed something up so that the lock button couldn't function anymore.
So
anyway,
I guess I see your point. See, that's one of the reasons I'm not big on phone cases, because I really do think that we get like, it's sort of like the consumerism in us. We get all obsessed about you have credit cards in there too, which is super sweet.
That too.
It's like a wallet. We get obsessed with stuff looking pristine, like you just bought it, and I think it's the consumerism that drives it. Like, one of the things I realized when I bought my last vehicle, which was a truck, is I wanted to get used, and I specifically, it sounds really weird, but when I was shopping for my truck, I asked the guy, I want to see the trucks with the scratched beds, because I don't ever want, because if it's a pristine bed, I will go OCD about it, and I will never use it. But if it's already scratched to hell, then why not?
Yeah, well, and that's what a truck's made.
And so, like, I wanted something used. I wanted something, like, if I back into something, I'm not all that butthurt about it. It's okay. And so I agree with that, too. I mean, the thing is, our stovetop is so beautiful.
Yeah, Gonzalez says it's all about resale value.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to.
We bought our house brand new. We're the only ones that lived in it, and, we're kind of stuck with it for a long time.
Thank you, 2008. I would say, though, like, even then, like, you could probably replace that metal. It's probably replaceable. It's not something we'd want to do, but it's probably
and we wouldn't for a long time.
Who cares? Just use it. Yeah. All right.
So it is kind of cool for those that want an easy cleanup or whatever.
I mean, like, if we could have done that from the beginning,
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
All right. So why did it take someone so long to come up with this? And basically, it's a key that has one of those easy latch openings. And I'll tell you why nobody came up with this is because our keys are really important. We don't want to go get to our front door and go to unlock it and find that hinge broke and our key is somewhere else.
I know, right?
And not only that, but I have literally had to replace a $400 tire because somebody's key was in the road and stabbed my tire. I don't even know how that happened, but it was in front of a park and ride. No. So I'm not keen on this idea at all.
Here's the thing, though. Here's what I like about it.
Ooh.
I have like ripped up a nail trying to get my key onto the keychain.
Yeah.
And it is like, and my truck one is all big and stupid. And
what you're supposed to do is get those little detacher thingies, you know, like it's a key ring that you put on once and then it has a pinch and hold. Or
I got something kind of like that now.
A stapler remover. You have that open the ring.
That's a good idea.
I know, right?
I mean, now I have a thing you just unscrew it and slide it on, but.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Right.
It took me many years to learn that lesson.
Right. Who made that?
Old client of mine.
Yeah.
Like, here, man, you got to get one of these because I was probably complaining about my nail. And
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, Andrews, what do we got next?
Edible spray paint. Now, audio listeners can't see, what's going on.
They have a gold
it's not for your body. But here's a gold.
Although it could be
turkey or chicken. I'm not sure. How do you even tell what the difference is when it's cooked?
I think that's probably a turkey.
Yeah. Anyway,
because of size.
So yeah, it's a gold turkey. It's kind of weird
and disgusting. By weird, you mean gross.
Lower third. Try to wrap your brain around this. So on fruit, it looks a little more appealing, just a little bit.
No, not really.
A gold blueberry.
The body's not meant to eat gold things. Silver,
straight
up
gold.
Silver. Wow. I mean, there is
the golden egg.
There is a definite use case for this.
A blue strawberry.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
I like the blue strawberry.
Here's a silver apple, a silver or a white apple maybe.
A pretzel.
A silver pretzel.
A silver pretzel.
I mean, it's just the concept is so weird. That's a tomato. A gold tomato.
Gold finger.
This is kind of cool.
Made of gold.
If you're making a like a cupcake that has enough sugar or sweetness in it that it doesn't need frosting,
right?
Then you could just spray paint the top of it and it'll kind of give it a decorative.
I mean, there's definite uses for this in special events and stuff, but it is almost revolting looking. I'm sure it's just like a really fancy food coloring.
No, it would be really weird. Let's see. Sounds like something them guards would do to try to poison me. What? Okay.
Yeah. I like that. Your body doesn't process gold, Lionhead Desktop says. It passes right through you. I like that Lionhead is he's up to date on things you can eat that are okay to poop out. He's got that. You can always go to Lionhead for that kind of thing.
Somebody suggested a blue waffle, and it sounds like an inside joke, but I don't get it. So
hey, Pete Bagger or Badger, not because Pete Bagger sounds like something else. You went out and you were just recently out and about, and you found Poopery. Can I play this video? Did you know they have a video for Poopery?
Of course I do.
You did?
Yeah.
You're all hip on Poopery.
The wrong place.
I gotta play a clip of this Poopery because this is genius too.
Oh, I didn't know it was a Christmas commercial.
Santa. Uh-oh, Santa's got to go to the bathroom, Ange. Santa's got to run to the potty while he's delivering presents. This probably happens. Santa's got to take a Duke.
Oh my gosh.
Father Christmas?
Oh, hi. I didn't mean to wake you.
Wow.
I was just trying to find the loo.
It wasn't you. It's that stench.
I'm sorry, dearie. Just go back to sleep.
I was dreaming of sugar plums. Then along came the ghost of Christmas arse.
Listen, just give me a second, okay? And I'll wrap this right up.
What is that smell?
Oh my
geez,
gosh.
Not again.
Who'd he see? Nicholas!
Please, girls, go back to bed.
He's dropping Yule logs down his chimney.
Come on now, a little privacy would be great. I've been holding this thing since Dubai.
The whole house smells like a gingerbread manslaughter.
I'm sorry. It's the milk and cookies, okay? Every year destroys me.
Well, now that you're here, dumping lumps of coal in our
This is
toilet.
forever.
What did you get me for Christmas? Ruth.
I don't make a meal of it, okay? It's not that bad.
Look what I found.
Jesus, there's another one? Whoa, put that back.
I was looking around for that horrible stench, and I found this under the tree.
That's not for you.
iPhones, hundreds of them, all for us.
As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna get those gifts back,
Oh my God.
and you're all going on the naughty list.
Oh yeah? Then I'm gonna put you on Instagram. #busted.
Do you know who I am?
All right,
You
all
have any
right.
idea?
Put
Daddy in the cloud with his...
I think that's pretty funny. So the poopery is a genius Christmas gift, if you think about it. That's great for the stocking.
You can go to my screen.
So this is where this all came from. You found some of this in the wild.
Yep, I was doing sewing night, and it got a whole lot classier.
Wow, then they get on his lap later?
Here's the deal. It does not smell good.
Probably smells better than the alternative, though.
But here's what's great. I came inside and I showed the gals. I'm like, look, did you see that this is in the bathroom? And then I'm like, and they're like, yeah, okay. And I was like, okay, go in there and tell me if I pooped. And they just busted out laughing. And they're like, did you? I was like,
you gotta find out. Tune in to find out.
Yeah, I didn't use it because but somebody did later, and I do not like the smell at all. It just smells like somebody's trying to cover up the fact that they pooped. So you spray it in the bowl first, and it stops the odor from coming up.
Just light a match, folks.
Yep.
All right, what do we got next?
All right, so this is a fold-up, portable, like instant kitchen island.
Oh, I like that.
It's kind of cool. It doesn't fold up like super small, and it's kind of small once it's out, but that would be super handy for a small space.
It's a nice little portable island on wheels that folds down. That is cool.
I think I would never unfold it. You know, like fold it up. I would always have it unfolded.
That's what she said.
Here's a massager. I feel like I've seen this before.
Wow, that is the loneliest invention in the world. Like,
yeah.
Yikes. I mean, whoa. Okay,
right.
Moving on.
All right, so here's something cool.
Mm-hmm. What is that? Oh,
it's a grease collector for the pan, but you can kind of see that it's not like flush. I have a feeling they'd be dropping grease on their glass.
But that is a big problem. Like when you go to drain, drain the grease, and are those bacon bits or nuts?
That is hamburger.
Okay.
Nuts? Okay.
Roasted chestnuts.
This is kind of cool. This might be neat, like for you to have.
What the hell is this, Ange?
in the bathroom, like.
Oh, so it's like a fold-out hanger.
Yeah.
So it's flush against the wall, and then you pull out the lever, and a bar comes out, and you hang.
Yep.
Huh.
It's kind of neat.
That is neat.
For just like a quick temporary place that's not always somewhere to hang your clothes. This is a giant mattress thing. It's a bunch of cubes, but it can be arranged in a bunch of different ways.
So it's a bunch of like foam or mattressy cubes. Yeah.
And so you can make like one big table with it. You can make it's a square. A square with nothing on the inside.
So it's like Minecraft for your bed. It can be a couch.
It could be a couch. It could be 4 beds. It could be a lot of things. It's kind of a neat idea, especially it looks like they have it like in an attic area.
So my question to that would be is it Velcro that holds it together? And then does that limit how you can assemble it?
No,
because you wouldn't want it to fall apart while you're rolling around.
Well, so...
Or if you're pushing the cushion, you know what I'm saying?
If you look at the couch version, see how those are folded in, but they're attached together. Yeah. So...
it's got to have some strength.
Yeah. All right, so here's another wheelchair thing, and this one is really neat. It's for people in a wheelchair that want to be able to be higher up in it.
So it's a lift built into the wheelchair.
Yeah, they can put away things like in the cupboard, upper cupboards.
Or reach a tall counter or something.
And it is a great idea. Yeah. However, I know for a fact it would be super expensive and
a lot of power usage.
Where I used to work, it was so hard to get insurance to pay for custom wheelchairs that people really needed.
Well, and the other thing is,
I can't imagine insurance covering that.
You have to wonder what the weight load would be too. So there's that. Yeah, there's that problem.
They have like a skinny grandma in there.
Yeah, and then you also wonder like if you use it, and depending on your weight, does it like zap the entire charge of the unit? You know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But for somebody who needs to get around a house, especially somebody who hasn't had a chance to adapt their whole home to a wheelchair environment, that could be, that might be worth it just for if you had enough money to have around the house or something.
Yeah, it appears that when it's in this elevated position, you may not be able to actually move around, because it doesn't have the wheels. Yeah. It has a balancer.
Just a stand.
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah, sorry, that was my...
Yeah, that's okay.
My wheels.
All right, here is tent stakes that have flashlights built in, which is kind of cool.
Genius, and they're solar charged, too. Yeah. Which
Yeah, that way you don't trip over your tent strings.
Well, and when I'm out in the woods, I know if a monster's coming because I'll have lighting. Otherwise, it's dark and scary in the woods. The woods are scary.
Definitely. All right, so here's for all you, people on computers. There might be a couple of you watching or listening.
So you got your standard mouse pad, but then it has an arm that extends out that supports your arm.
Yeah.
An arm that supports your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use my chair for that right now. Great.
Well, it looks like it might swing back and forth, so like it wouldn't be rigid. You wouldn't be stuck like in some weird position or have to find the perfect thing. It could just be whatever fits the moment.
Yeah, it looks like it's flexible. The thing that I like about it is I actually prefer a chair with no arms. but you got to have somewhere to rest your arm.
Yeah.
So you got to have arms on your chair. But that
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle with that one. Also, side note, would be good for standing desks.
Yes, definitely.
I think about that since I stand at this table a lot.
All right, check out this seating.
Star Trek did it first. That's a total Star Trek chair.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, so
that's
it's a
funny.
wall with a fold-downable chair.
And arms.
And they go up when
And
you
the chair is lacking seat where the arms would be.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's completely pushed up, it's just a square.
Yeah, let me here. You keep that up. I'll see if I can find it real quick. Enterprise D Bridge. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. It's not quite the same thing, but it's really close, and it's kind of it's a similar idea, and they have them in different places. It's quite. I guess I got to find a picture of the back wall. Hold on, Andrew. Stand by. Well, I could kind of show you in any of these shots, I suppose. I was hoping to find the perfect shot, but okay. So let's take a look here at this picture of the Enterprise Bridge.
Okay.
So you see that back wall right there, where they have the science stations in the back.
Right. They're normally sitting there. At
Right.
Those.
Those are chairs. They come out of the
Nice.
wall. Yeah. So so Star Trek did
That's
think
so
of it
funny.
first.
Star Trek did it
This
first.
isn't the canonical Enterprise D Bridge, but it gives you a shot of the background there.
Okay. All right. Well, how about a personalized fondue? There it is. It's a coffee cup that
A double tall coffee cup.
Yeah, a double tall coffee cup with a hole in the bottom for a tea light, and then you can put cheese or chocolate or whatever inside the coffee mug.
Genius, but I think to really make it work, you'd probably have to microwave it just to get it started.
Probably, but that's cool because you totally could. It's
Yeah.
just a coffee cup.
That is-
Just be sure not to microwave your tea light.
Again, I almost would buy that right now.
I would too because I don't do fondue because when you heat up like the cheese or the chocolate, it has to maintain hotness. So I
And then
guess
you
you could
gotta-
use crock pots, but you'd have to have a bunch of
huge-ass
different crock pots.
And this
Yeah.
is just a little cup of cheese.
Yep, and bread.
A crock pot
Look
would
at that
be
bread.
okay.
That's
but-
the tastiest piece of bread I've ever
Oh my
seen.
gosh, I want bread all of a sudden.
Yeah, I wonder if it's even bread. It
No,
looks
it's
like focaccia
no,
or
it's like
something.
it's a delicious like Italian bread with it's
Yep.
crispy on the outside.
Yep. Don't drink with the light towards you. Well, you wouldn't drink it,
No.
but all right. This is just like a bed in a bag, and it's kind of a cool concept because it could be a bean bag, just like a round bean bag, or it could when you pull out the insides, it's a bed that you can lay on. But I guarantee it's really hard to get it back in that bag. Guarantee.
Oh, for sure.
So not even going to entertain
Pass
that.
on that one.
This is really cool though.
What is this? I can't even tell.
You
It
take
looks like
the
a tent.
Yeah,
Okay.
you take the tent
Yeah.
and you throw it away from you, and it magically opens
So,
up
like,
on its own
you
and
spring it out and it
yep,
opens up in the air.
Yep, and it lands.
And then it just magically
completely
lands.
set up. That's what they're showing here.
I kind of think that should be possible. Like if you got all
Yeah.
your
I mean, okay,
But
we have kids and we've opened up
Yeah.
tents and it's yeah.
the kids' tents, but it's gonna and this is where I would fail on this, and it would be all on you. It's all about how you pack it back up because you got to get
Yes.
it loaded just right.
Yes.
So
right. Yep.
that'd be your
yeah.
job.
It would all be all on me. Yeah, that is true. All right, this is truly genius. Whenever you go camping and you bring your pets, I always see people asking their pets to be underneath their chair. They took this, they made a folding chair with a built-in cloth dog kennel underneath it.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So it wouldn't be for like a big Labrador.
No.
But if you got yourself like a fun little toy dog kind of thing, like a rat terrier or chihuahua or anything in around that size.
Yep. It's a nice little, thing for like cougars to try to get. No, just kidding.
Well, in actually all seriousness, that might be how you keep them safe when you're out sleeping with your pet at night if you don't want to keep them in the tent for whatever reason.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if they're scratching.
That's really sad to me. I don't like thinking about dogs being left out and stuff.
Well, but for them, sometimes dogs in an enclosed space feel safer.
Yeah, I know.
So.
But still, I would take them in a tent with me.
I know I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, why bring them if you're not going to do that?
I know.
But who knows? If we don't camp. So.
Okay, these are really cool. Plug these into an outlet and they'll pick up the signal from your iPod, play music throughout the house.
Are they Bluetooth or are they doing powerline networking or so every
sure.
plug is a speaker. That is so awesome.
Yeah, you like that?
Dude, how do you not like that? As long as it sounds good, that would be amazing. Although the problem is actually, okay, back up. Walking away from that.
Now that I think about it.
Well, because where's your plugs at? They're not exactly at ear level, right? They're not the most ideal listening
when you're sitting on the
conditions.
floor next to it like that, they kind of are.
Yeah, I'm not Steve Jobs where I just sit on the floor in my apartment. I got chairs. Okay, I would think it'd be behind furniture. So now that I think about it, however, now if I could go again and think about it in a real life scenario, you put these throughout the house, and then you get dad voice. Children,
oh yeah,
come to the dinner table. All throughout the whole house.
Or fart noises. That would be great.
Or Star Trek sounds.
Oh my gosh.
I can put Star Trek sounds throughout the whole
everywhere.
house. Yes.
Yeah.
right, now I want it again.
Okay. That's funny.
Hope you're making my birthday list.
All right. So this works, or this would have worked like back in the early 2000s when we actually had recycling, where we had to separate out
Bins like that.
the newsprint and papers from the cardboard, from
Remember
the
when you had to
cans,
do that?
from the plastic. Oh yeah.
Does anybody in the lower third still have to separate out their papers and their glass? And I don't remember.
Plastics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys still have to do that?
My grandma did, but now they have, at least here, they have giant bins, and you just throw it all in there, and they worry about separating it. So, but it is a good idea.
They do in the UK. They still do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
look, some people in chat room are still doing that.
So this is a cool shelf idea, or like wall shelf idea. It's literally just like some 2x4s, and it looks like a 1x4. You just nail them to the wall staggered, and it just creates a lip.
Like a lip for the thing to latch onto, and then the weight holds it there.
Yeah.
So let's see. Wow. Actually, Ange, in Puyallup, they're still doing it.
Holy moly. Hey, we were just by Puyallup.
Mistro in Sweden still has to separate it out. Creepy
I'm
Uncle
so
only
sorry
has to
for you
separate out the
guys.
cardboard.
We have a ginormous blue bin. We just put it all in there.
Well,
all the things.
You know why? It's because they have people at the facility separating it.
Yeah.
So somebody's still separating it. I think.
Well, yeah. No, totally. Okay, here's the. We already know about this. It's a
treadmill
desk.
I wonder how practical that'd be. It seems like it'd be hard to type.
Yeah.
Like if I'm browsing the web, maybe if I'm just kind of.
I've tried to do things like on my phone while I'm walking, and I go like between 3.5 and 4 miles an hour, so it's not easy to do stuff.
Best I can do is
if you want to walk all day at like 1.5 or 2 miles an hour, that it might be a little more doable.
And I suppose in reality, you would probably stand maybe 85% of the time, and it was those few moments where you could walk. You just turn on the treadmill and start walking.
Yeah, well, and what I have to my benefit is marching band. When we were in marching band, you had to learn to walk without bobbing your head.
Yeah.
But you don't know that.
No. You got to be careful not to build up static electricity. That's a good point, Q.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very much so.
All right. This is the last one, and it is great. So when you're having a party and you want chips and dip.
Which is always.
Yeah. Grab a wine glass and put the dip in that, and then put the wine glass in a bowl, any bowl, before you put the chips in, and then put the chips in the bowl.
We should do that for Thanksgiving.
It's brilliant. We don't have wine glasses.
Yeah. We don't drink wine. But that would be a good use for a wine glass.
It's genius because then the dip is higher up, and it doesn't like take space out of the bowl, which a lot of dip combinations do.
That's a really good idea, to be honest. And anybody can do that.
Looks familiar says that is a good idea.
Yeah, I know, right?
We know
something you can do on your own.
So that was 23 simple genius ideas.
Awesome. We'll have a link in the show notes if you want to check any of those over, or if you're listening to the audio version, like, oh, I really got to see that picture. I mean, you could just watch the video version, but you could also just go look at the link. It's all in there.
And then should we talk about the new show in the mail sack, or should we talk about it now?
Okay.
Let's do it right now. So we have a new show out.
I'm excited about this.
Hold on, there it is.
You can show the Twitter feed.
Yeah, I will. I was getting there. It's Women's Tech Radio, and it is myself and Paige.
Yep, and we just launched it on Wednesday. It features one of the brand new songs from Mr. Ronald Jenkins, which is super cool.
Which he licensed to us. Oh, I guess I'll stop scrolling down since it's cut off.
Yeah.
We have Twitter. It's twitter.com/HeyWTR.
Tweet at them, HeyWTR, and add them too. They'll do show announcements and stuff like that over there.
And then there's currently a thread in the last subreddit
talking about it. Go all the way up to the top so they can see the title. There you go.
Why
is your screen so cut off?
I don't know.
Jeez
yeah.
Louise.
So you can join the conversation if you've been following it at all. You know that there's a lot of uproar about the fact that it says women's and that it's exclusionary, and it's not. I guarantee our primary listeners are going to be men. Like it's meant to show the female angle of technology, and it is females, yes, but it wasn't to offend anybody or exclude anyone. But you can put your 2 cents in at that subreddit.
You can also email the show, WTR@JupiterBroadcasting.com. And I was really excited about their first guest because she got her start in open source development through Mozilla's Ascend project. So it's fascinating to hear how somebody who comes into technology a little bit later in life and then uses some of these new platforms like the Mozilla Ascend project to get involved in open source development. And it was a great fit for a first show on the Jupiter Broadcasting Network.
Yep. Not only that, but we've already recorded 4 episodes, and all 4 of them offered something unique and different.
A new tool, a new resource.
The show notes are epic. They have some great starting links. So, or even just maintaining links, just whatever. Look at the links because every single one offered something unique and different. And we did, like, she was from darn it, was it San Francisco? There's one from San Francisco, one from Portland, one from London, and I think another one from Portland. So yeah, it's a great mix of people, and we're currently lining up the next 4, and it's just awesome.
It's a pretty fun project, and really, in a big way, it's a big thank you to our patrons. You gave us the ability to invest in a project like this and make it all happen, and we appreciate it, because not only does it fund the existing shows on the network, all of the shows you love now, and keeps us like going on, like when we have a hardware replacement or even something simple like lights that need to be replaced. The Patreon over patreon.com/today, it finances that, but it also finances development of projects that don't have sponsorships, don't have a revenue path at the moment, but need to happen and need to be created. So it's really cool.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna go ahead.
You ready for me to open up the sack?
I'm going to
open
jump
up,
into
I'm
the
going to
mail
open up that mail sack. I said mail sack. And mail sack. Oh, there's music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mail sack. It's a little delayed.
Mail sack.
But it's there.
It's
mail sack. Oh, I muted Santa. That's why.
Mail sack.
Hey.
Mail sack.
It's a mail sack. All right, Andrews. Where do we start on the faux show mail sack? Angela at JupiterBroadcasting.com. And general comments in other places.
Yep. All right. Anthony writes, I was looking into your options as far as monthly subscriptions. I was hoping there was a way to put money towards specific shows. I'm never live, and I don't send in any feedback, except for this one, obviously. I'd like to be included in the head count for whichever shows I do listen to, not to mention I'm a money where my mouth is kind of guy. Is there any options towards this endeavor? Thanks for the great shows and keep up the good work. And I'm going to write Anthony back to let him know that he can go to patreon.com/today, which supports the network, and would give him a he'd be one of the numbers there.
That helps.
Or if he watches Unfilter, he'd probably already know about patreon.com/unfilter.
Yep. Unfilter, I think, is currently we don't have Patreons for each show because first of all, we don't want to nickel and dime everybody.
Yeah.
And second of all, we've decided that where we're going to do Patreon is where something about the show, maybe it's the production overhead, maybe it's the crew, the productions, whatever it is about that show, if it is exorbitantly more expensive than any other show on the network, we'll probably do a separate Patreon for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, our goal is we take the funds from the Tech Talk Today Patreon feed, patreon.com/today, and we look at all of the different metrics that we track stuff by on our gut sense and where we want to go, and then we take that money and fund it appropriately because not only do we have a better understanding of the back end side of finance things, but we kind of have an idea of where things are going. And so that's why we've done one singular. Now, there are other ways. There at jupiterbroadcasting.com/donate, you can do a one-time donation, and in the notes, you can put the note of for what show you really drove you to do this. We document all of that. Also, we just recently launched as a BitTip partner with Coinbase, and we're a launch partner with them, and we have a BitTip functionality on our donate page. And if people seem to be picking that up, we'll probably roll it out individually show-wise, so then we'll know you can do it that way. So there's a few different options. Check out the donate page if the Patreon thing isn't your bag. But for us, the Patreon system, it's the most transparent, so that way you get a snapshot of how many people are funding us and what that funding level is. That's good because we like to be transparent with you guys. And it gives you access to the Patreon activity feed that we make posts for people that are supporting us. They give us like a whole management system to make posts exclusive to our supporters. And so when you're in over there, you get access to that feed as well.
Okay. So see-through wallpaper is this next one from Tech Dog.
Awesome.
So go ahead and show it.
Awesome. I love it.
Do you see?
He took a picture of what's right behind his monitor and then put that on his monitor.
Yep. All right. So go ahead and go off of it so I can go back to my email.
All right. That's great though. Now you got to go find your web browser. Go find how many browsers you got open there.
A lot. Okay. So Tech Dog writes, just stumbled across this and although you are not running any desktop related thing at the moment, I thought you'd find it amusing. Absolutely.
So if you remember, Tech Dog is the guy that on Tech Talk Today whose wife's name is Angela.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Here's how he did it, or here's how I did it. He writes, I removed the monitor, took a picture of the desk without it, put the monitor back, and used that picture for the wallpaper. Invisible monitor. Trip out. I kept it for a while, but had to replace it with a conventional wallpaper because my eyes didn't know how to focus properly.
Pet Badger in the chat room says, goodness, I thought he had a space-age monitor. And then Miss 2 says, me too. And now I want one.
That's funny. All right. So Avid, I think is
Avid?
how... No, Avid. Aviad.
Avid?
Writes, maybe. Hello, Chris and his JB crew.
Hello, Avid.
That sounds like an awesome band name. I just wanted to ring and say thank you for making me sound smarter. Today, my boss pings me in the open in the open space where we sit and asks me, have you heard about XFS?
Hey, Avid, have you heard of XFS? I think it went down like that.
Why aren't we using it for our Mongos, by the way, without actually saying he read it was better for anything? To which I reply, yes, I think it's the one where the lead dev had murdered his wife, so development on it has stopped. With the above said, I have heard that it is the SSD-ready file system and that we should give it a go.
Well, he's got Riser FS and XFS confused there.
Another dev in the open space overhearing asked, wasn't ZFS the insane one? To which I replied, no, ZFS is the gift from the sun. And when they get done porting it to Linux and it will be out there or out of the 1.x phase, which was missing ZFS features, we will consider it.
So they're having like this whole file system discussion in the middle of the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right after that, the boss informed us that he found it was Riser FS, not XFS, to which I replied with, oh, silly me. I always get those two confused. And then parentheses, even though I didn't, I just wanted the shock value. So again, thank you for empowering me with Chris's tribulations, Alan's wisdom, Michael's inappropriateness, and Brian's mischief.
I like that, because it's funny. It's one of these things where I reloaded this computer you're using right here, and I switched file systems, and I switched to XFS, which then, of course, led to like pre-show discussions, which somebody's watching, and then it comes up on IT, and like, oh yeah, they were just talking about it on the live stream. Yeah.
P.S. You may use this in any show you feel it appropriate. If it's more than one, better yet. As you can tell, I watch them all. May the USS Enterprise-JB never cease to explore the podcast frontier.
Amen to that. And you know what? You know what Captain Kirk says to that, Andrews?
What?
Do you know what he says?
No.
He says,
Computer, this isn't what I wanted at all.
Oh, that's
No?
No.
All right. Do you like this better?
Computer, what happened?
yes.
Okay, there we go.
All right. And that is it.
That's it
for
the mail sack. We should have like a mail sack closing.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
we could do the ding.
Dun, dun. Nice.
That was perfect.
That was good.
Okay.
All right. So how do they get into the mail sack?
So you can email Angela at jupiterbroadcasting.com, or you can go to jupiterbroadcasting.com and
Pop that contact link.
Yep, contact link. Drop down the show that you want it to go to.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. And general comments and FauxShow obviously go to Ange. We will have WTR added very soon.
Yep. And also keep in mind that we're entering the holidays for us U.S. folks. The Thanksgiving's on Thursday, so check your calendar if you're relying on or you're hoping to be present for live shows.
Like TechSnap was pre-recorded for the Thanksgiving holiday, so there's no live TechSnap on this coming Thursday.
But it'll still be released.
But it'll still be released.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so that is it for this episode of the Faux Show. We'll see you next week. Did you enjoy this Faux Show? Well, guess what? You can catch more at jupiterbroadcasting.com and subscribe to the weekly RSS feed. Oh, it's 9 minutes after. Okay.
Transphasic pop.
Why are my buns all kinds of weird today?
I don't know. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I know. Stop! I just want to drink the rest of it.
It's just they like the green screen effect. I can't help it. I told the peeing in a bottle story in the last pre-show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if there's any details.
Nobody showed me or nobody tagged my name in that.
It was about me, my dick, and a bottle. What is it?
I know. I don't know. I figured at least one person would be like, "What did Angela think?" You know.
Everybody wanted to know. I told him.
He was like, I think I'm filling this. I think this is already like half full.
Well, I was holding it at an angle.
And then he held it up, and it was like.
Oh, it was like that.
No, it was
like that.
No, you continued after that, and then it was like.
You know
that.
why? I thought, here, show me the bottle. Hand me the bottle. Of course, they can't even see it because it's green screening. But see, when you're holding it like this, it just goes. Like. I thought I had filled it.
So he was like, "It's touching my." I'm just kidding.
What? So, IDK. My watch is from 1969 and it winds itself. I also wind myself.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Great. Away from the mic.
Double mic it in.
Oh, hi. I'm double miking.
Huh.